Anyway, guys, I am excited. I had all the entertainment I needed. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It is the wager task. As we all know, we always have wager tasks on Thursdays, guys. I had entertainment. Hello, Gerald. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Gerald's storytelling. It felt like it was a movie. I was watching whatever Gerald like. I enjoyed every bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know whether you people enjoyed Gerald's voice, his storytelling. It was really, really nice. But you know what? It is always the brief we have to go through. It is always the key element we have to follow, definitely. So I enjoyed it, but then they did not win. Kaivo's group won. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Kaivo's group. Yes, I was rooting for Kaivo's group because I enjoyed the way they kept the key element, the way they hold on to it. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, their storylines or their scenes, there is a way they were separate. They had nothing that joined, the stories. There was nothing that joined the scenes. That is one thing I saw about them. But in every way, they kept the key element when they were, presenting to us or when they were performing. That is one thing I saw about them. And guys, guess what? We won. We won, but it is what it is, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Gerald, and the way he was speaking, his voice, and the way they were like following what he. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed every part of it. So, guys, but you know what? It is always the key element. It is always the key element from the whole task and everything. And the task was creative week. Sorry, creative chaos. Like literally, it has to be something creative at the same time, something, chaos, like literally. So guys, without wasting time, let's get into it. But before that, I am Nini. I am your queen of the chain. This is where we get to spill literally everything in Big Brother's house. Let's dive into it. First, we are going to talk about Kaivo's group, which is I think the chaotic group. Looking at the Kaivo's group or chaotic group, I don't know why I'm finding it so hard to keep the chaotic group and finding it so easy to mention Kaivo's name. Okay, the chaotic group, I enjoyed Barry. I did not see Barry come in this way, Barry being the crown. Yes, we need to understand that crowns or people who behave like that or people who make those performances, like give people, it is chaos, it is chaotic with them, but then some people enjoy watching them. They will find themselves laughing, hence reducing all their stress. That is also one thing we enjoyed. Then I enjoyed the way they tried to show us how the ancient things and modern things try to work together or try. Not it is that chaos trying to get the ancient works and the modern works. It is literally chaos. It's just like you're picking chaos from the ancient and chaos from the modern world, trying to put them together so that they could work. Literally, I would say, like, they kept the key element. And what do we mean by the key element? I think the best way would be, let's first describe, the creative chaos. It is either a messy or disorganized, state that helps you or helps us spark a new idea or a fresh art. And that is to say, it is you gathering the chaos or in this chaotic thing, like try to make something out of it, try to make something good out of it, like literally. And I feel like that is what Kaivo's group or the chaotic group did. Like, bringing this crown who was Barry making the noise, like, you don't get it. For the crown, it is making its noise, it is being chaotic. But then in that chaos, somebody is busy enjoying. And that is to say also Big Brother had to tell them a little story. After missing Big Brother tell that story, I said, now these are the winners. I'm not gonna lie. So also we looked at their, their board, the board they ended with, the art, where everybody came and tried to do, like, everybody carried their emotions onto the board and so on. And what were the results? The results were a nice art piece and a fresh art piece, something you could look at and be like, okay, like, I'm not gonna lie, they kept the key element. And that is the biggest part, I think, in the task. You have to keep the key element. You have to present that thing. Keep it around you. Like, that is what they did. Whereas I will not with this part of Owen, like the creativity. Yes, it was there, but then a little bit, I think they would have renamed it recycling, maybe. It wasn't giving. But then the others, I'm not gonna lie, they were giving. And guess what, guys? They were the winners, and I cannot wait for the chaos between, Owen and Chimson Chuka. Also, the chaos between Owen and Chimson Chuka gives us entertainment. Hence, the creative chaos. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's now cross to, Chimson Chuka's group. I don't remember its name, but then let's call it Chimson Chuka Tram's group. Yes, Gerald, yes, literally. Yes, they had their presentation. It was nice, guys. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, Gerald's voice, the way he was speaking. It looks like he was, to me, it looked like a movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I really did enjoy it. And Godesa's voice, the voice was literally, matching with whatever they were doing. And it was so entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It was so entertaining. But then the only part is, at some point, they missed the key element. They missed the key element. How? They focused more on the behind. I would say they focused more on the chaos and forgot, the results, what comes out like of that chaos. Because for them, they showed us, how things went behind. But then it looked like the chaos was behind. I would say the results were not giving, like literally. It should be a proper plan or proper results, the proper idea of everything. But then it wasn't giving. I feel like, okay, they were creative, their movements, how the scenes were being joined to each other. They could relate. It was really nice. It was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. But they missed out. They forgot the key element. They just dashed the key element a little bit aside. Hence, them losing. And with the wager task, we focus on the key element of the wager task. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. If I'm to be real, guys, I enjoyed Gerald's, our presentation more than Keivo's, that group of Keivo. But then we still have to stand on the brief. We still have to stand, on the key element, which was creative chaos. Yes, they were creative. They had a little bit of chaos. But then what were the results from that chaos? Yes, they said the human being, but it wasn't that, like literally. It was like, even their drawing did not have anything like, creative, like anything chaotic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Gerald. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Gerald is a nice, are they called producers or something? But he's a nice storyteller. I really enjoyed it. Felt like watching a movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But then anyway, during their presentation, seeing Tram and Nomi together, guys. Seeing Tram and Nomi together, and Gerald is talking about, they fell in love. I said, I said, guys, these wagers will bring you back even when you don't like somebody. Because I saw them and I was like, now come on. Then there is a part where Temi was playing with I think with Bills, and where Cassie, who was the guy, dumped Temi for what is that name, for Bills. And it was the way cameras took us to Keivo, and Keivo was laughing. I'm like, is this guy now relating to the way he has dumped the babe? Is he relating to the way he has dumped, all this and all that? And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I enjoyed their presentation. If it was something else, maybe they would have won, but then they missed out on the key element. They missed out on the artwork, like literally, they missed out. Anyway, guys, I don't know what you think about the whole wager presentation, but then to me, I really, really, really enjoyed everything. But then, it is what it is. We have to go with with a key element of the brief. So, Keivo's team won. Anyway, and as usual, Chimson Chuka always have an excuse, guys. Let's all know when Chimson Chuka loses, he always have an excuse. So after the presentation, I had him talk about, these people weren't sharing their things. He asked for starch, but then for him, whatever Keivo's group asked, they gave, but then for them, they never wanted to share. Abego, let's now be real. The problem was not even anyhow with their costume. Like, it wasn't, because Big Brother appreciated their costumes they had, because they were nice. But okay, what do you mean now? Chimson Chuka will always look for something to get attached to. We always look for a reason, because I did not see any reason there. You lost because you missed out on the key element. Like, that's it. You pushed it behind and gave us the chaos, but then you did not give us the results. And that's it. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. I cannot wait to see Owen and Chimson Chuka. Owen is already saying, and all that. I cannot wait to see the drama. I don't know what you think, guys, but otherwise, I enjoyed the wager task. It was really cool and everything. For the winners, they received their the BBA black box. Guys, it was money in it. entertainment, and we were happy. Big Brother started giving us, some of that, changes, and we're excited about them. I don't know what you guys think, but me, I think I enjoyed it. Let's meet in the comment section. Do you think these people won because they followed this, and what is the reason you think Chimson Chuka's group or Gerald's group lost? I love you so much. Bye.